So then in 283rd verse, through the study of the scriptures, after digesting what you have heard from the teacher and the study of the scriptures through reflection, manana, and through contemplation, in the line prescribed by the 12 verses, which are they?
Jati niti kula gotra duragam Nama rupa guna dosha varjitam Desha kala vishayati vartiyad Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani Yat param sakala vaga gocharam Gocharam vimala bodha chakshushaha Shuddha chit ghana manadi vastu yad Brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani षड्भिरूर्मिभिर योगी योगी हृत भावितं न करणैर्विभावितं बुद्ध्यवेद्यमनवद्यमस्ति यत् ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि भ्रांति कल्पित जगत कलाश्रयम् स्वाश्रयं च सदसद्विलक्षणम् निष्कलं निरुपमानवद्धियत् ब्रह्म तत्त्वमसि भावयात्मनि
No. Not bad, not bad. So through that portion, by this method of detaching yourself from the BMI, PFT, OAT and contemplating exclusively the nature of the pure self, thus having Tattvamasyadi Vakyotha, that which is born out of such contemplation, Tattvamasi, Brahma Tattvamasi, Bhavayatmani, by this process, those who have gained a glimpse of, a vague assumption of, the early dawn of the knowledge that the self in me is the self everywhere, and yet for the dardhyaya, in order to get yourself established in that state of consciousness, what are you to do? Your adhyas, you end. So for that purpose, swadhyasavanayam kuru.
Aham bhavasya dehesmin Nishesha vilayavadhi Savadhanena yuktatma Svadhyasapanayam kuru
Aham bhavasya, the idea that I am. Where? In the body. Dehe asmin, asmin dehe, in this body. The feeling that I am this body. And that is called the ego. And this misconception of yours, ashesha vilayadavadhi, until it is totally eliminated, as in deep sleep, Don't say that it is impossible to move. Eh? Every day you are doing it. Why? Every day, throughout the day. Some people, no idea of the body, only when hunger comes, you realize that there is a body. Sleep, you are no more. In the same way, until that misconception that I am the body is total. This is only mere identification. You give it up. Have the body. Who said no? You need not die. You need not jump from the 4th floor. Why? Realization. No, you need not. But don't have identification with the body. Until that misconception is totally annihilated, savadhanena. Savadhan is not your Hindi savadhan. Slow. It's not that. Avadhanena sahita. Avadhana, carefully. Savadhana means careful. It was a cry of Shivaji. Savadhan, savadhan, meaning be alert, be vigilant, careful. Enemies are all around you. That way, savadhan. But in the traffic, it is all, what is that? Sharap, taraning, savadhan. There in that context it is that, carefully. Carefully, it is actually careful. But the idea is slow. When you slow down, you are more careful. That is all. It is not slow down. So, savadhanena, with great alertness and vigilance, intelligently, yuktatma. Yuktatma, integrated mind and intellect. Ordinarily, you and I, our mind never cooperates with the intellect. Intellect has got wonderful ideas, creative ideas, but you can't execute it. Why? The mind is not available. One in whom, thus there is a split personality, that you have got wonderful ideas, but you can't live them. I know cigarette is bad, but I can't give it up. I know sugar is bad for me, but I would like to eat it. I know this is bad, but I can't help it. Why? Knowledge is clear, but cooperation of the mind is not available. Mind is the executive in us. The policies can be laid by the intellect, but it is to be executed by the general manager, and he is the mind. The mind is in all of us, in varying degrees, is always at loggerhead with the intellect. The intellect says, I must get up early in the morning and go for the meditation class, because after all, for 10 days I have come here. No, don't worry about it. You determined, you go to bed. Early morning you wake up. You cannot but wake up because all others are making such a noise in the bathroom and outside the bathroom, all over. You are woken up. And the intellect says, come on, let us go for meditation. The mind says, shut up. Who wants to go? Have you ever heard anybody benefited by meditation? But everybody is benefited by sleeping, and therefore let us turn that side and continue. Intellect says for your blessing, to bless you, but your mind is projecting, therefore objecting. Therefore, you can never achieve it. Nearer the exam, the intellect says, it's very near, I must start studies, you must start studies. Yes, 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 yes. And the mind says, chalo, kal se. Not today, tomorrow onwards. And such an individual fails. The failure is not because of the world outside or a God above the clouds. Your equipments are not tuned up together. Once you decide a thing, even if it is wrongly decided, and you realize that it is wrong, you do it. Tell the mind to go through it. The intellect will say, I am sorry, it was my mistake. Shut up, now you suffer. You have no business to confuse me. Twice you do that, the intellect will give you right direction. Not that anything on the spur of the moment. Why? Last time I did it and I got the chappal on my face. So the intellect knows that. So next time is more clear. Okay? Thus, don't be afraid of making a mistake, but out of the mistake you learn wisdom. So then, yuktatma, one who is yuktam, well integrated, who has brought the mind under the direction and guidance of the intellect. Mind and intellect are a married couple. So long as the mind is a pativrata stri, whatever intellect decides, it is achieved. It's called a satya sankalpavan. One who makes a sankalpa, it happens. Why? There is no disintegration in him. But the mind in you and I today will not integrate with the intellect because they are divorced. Not recently, for many years divorced. A divorce can never take place without a cause. The cause because of which the divorce has happened is the insertion of desire. The intellect says, let us study. The mind has a desire. Desire for what? Today very tired, very, very tired. Thus prompted by the desire, the mind in order to fulfill it, embraces the body and runs out to the nightclub. Nightclub? Objects of pleasure. So you cannot achieve. Then you will have to go on saying all your lifetime. You know Mr. Shettiar, he is a multi-millionaire. Do you know why? That factory idea is my project. If it is your project, why didn't you work? And he is a multi-millionaire. You are a beggar in the street. Whose idea? My idea. But how did the Shettiar become multi-millionaire? Because he worked at it. His mind was available for it. I also was with the Shettiar. Then I got angry. What? Unnecessary. I left it. Now after 10 years I realize I should not have left him. Okay? So the success which should have been yours, lost because of you. And don't sit down and say that Bhagavan's grace is not there, I am God forsaken. God would have forsaken you, honestly. You deserve it, but poor God is helpless because you are in Him. He can't go anywhere because there is no place where He is not. So He had to remain with your stupidity. It's all tuned up properly. Yuktatma, with the mind entirely under your control, not wandering itself away into the world of OET when you want to concentrate upon the contemplation. And the mind runs to the world of OET because of your desires. Yuktatma, Swadhyasavanayam Guru. So until the ahambhav, the ahankar or the ego, the concept that I am the body is not totally given up, carefully, consistently, with all vigilance and sincerity, with the integrated mind, come to give up your identification with the BMI.
प्रतीतिर्जीव जगतोः स्वप्नवद्भाति यावता तावन्निरन्तरं विद्वन् स्वाध्यासापनयं कुरु.
Pratiti, an appearance of what? Jiva Jagat. That I am an limited ego and I look out through my body, mind and intellect and recognize the world of infinite varieties of objects, emotions and thoughts. So long as you are an ego and expressing yourself through your equipments of perception, feeling and thinking, recognizing a world of plurality. Sopnavat bhat. Actually, you know there are no reality. That the Shastra has told me, the Guru has told me, I have reflected and I have understood the logic behind it. It cannot be admitted. True. Yet, like a soapy, now and then it comes vaguely, not as powerfully as before, but vaguely comes. Thus, Swapnavad bhadi yavatas, as long as even like a dream, not in the dream, like a dream you recognize the world of plurality through your ego, or as you as ego, through your BMI, you recognize the world of OET, even as a dream. Even then, tavan nirantaram, so long as there is the feeling, tavat, so long, nirantaram, without this, stopping, continuously, nirantaram, just as a river flow is continuous, tailadharavada, just as oil from one vessel to the other when you are pouring it is unbroken. It's not drop by drop, but unbroken. Nirantaram vidvan, O wise man. Vidvan there means who have studied the Upanishads, who have heard the master, who have already prepared that knowledge, cooked that knowledge in your own thinking, and you have become intellectually convinced of it. Yet, the mind, because of the old samskara, again pushes back out and recognizes now and then vaguely the world outside. My wife, my children, I don't know what they do, a vague thinking. Knowing fully well that there is nothing to spend your time and waste your energy in this apparent illusion of a world of plurality around, even then, it now and then rises. Even as waking up from a horrible, terrible, monstrous dream, you know that you are woken up, and yet you can't compose yourself to sleep because that samskara is still there. Even though you have understood that dream is not real and I have woken up, still that samskara still lingers in you, and you feel like opening one eyes now and then to see whether that tiger has come to your bedroom, because there in the dream you have been pursued by the tiger, and luckily you saved yourself, and then even though it is not there, the samskara is already created, and therefore even though you are woken up, you can't get to sleep because you have got a feeling that maybe the tiger may be. And you yourself laugh at it. Hello, you know, that was in the dream, I am woken up. Yeah, that is true, I have woken up, I am going to sleep now. Now it is nothing, it is not there, tiger is not there. You reject the tiger and go to sleep, but you can't sleep. What is the smell of a tiger coming? Smell of a tiger will come. The sound of his claws on the floor is coming. You feel like that it is touching you. That's samskara. In the same way, for millions and trillions of years during your evolution, you have been as a stupid ego, functioned through the sense organs, mind and intellect, and worked in the world of plurality, recognizing them as the sole real truth. Yes, samskara is very powerful. So as long as that ego sense and its projected world is even vaguely seen, as though through a thick mist, but you are seeing it. Sopravad bhadi, yavad, as long as you are seeing it. Tavat, so long. Vidwan, hey, wise man, swadhyasapanayam guru. Because the student will always ask the student, Swamiji, how long should I do this swadhyaya, swadhyasa niragarana? How long should I reject? Keep on rejecting. How long? 2 days? 3 days? 2 months? 2 years? And give me some time schedule. How many years to study? How many years to reflect? How many months to contemplate? And how long this rejection? It can be in one second. If you can drop it. Then afterwards you need not repeat. Having woken up from the dream, you need not repeat yourself 108 times. I am awake, I am awake, I am awake. No more am I dreaming, no more am I dreaming. I am awake, I am awake. You need not. Japa is not necessary. You have dropped it. You have woken up. Full stop. So in fact it is instantaneous. But in the majority of cases, due to the old samskara, it will be there, vaguely and thinly, until it is all ended. Swadhyasapanayam guru.
Nidraya lokavartayaha Shabdaderapi vismrutehe Kvachinavasaram dattva Chintayatmanamatmani.
Now when you are living as a sagar and you are practicing contemplation, at this stage of your contemplation, nidrayaha, by sleep. By sleep there means non-apprehension. You forget that you are the Atman, the Self, and identify immediately. You cannot remain without identification, because you, subject, is always there. Either I must accept that I am the Brahman, or you will have to accept that I am the body, mind, intellect, the ego. So nirantara abhyas is necessary to cut off the misconception that I am a limited jiva. I am the Brahman. But sometimes you totally become unconscious of the higher reality. Marunga. He did that. Kill him, destroy him, beat him down, break at least his right leg. At least. Flatten his nose. At that time, hey Brahman, shut up, Brahman. Not now. Not now. Now I am not Brahman. Why? You have forgotten your divine nature. And you identify with the body-mind. And he insulted me. Whom does he think he is? He doesn't know who I am. I will teach you a lesson. And for the next 1 week, teaching him a lesson, you have forgotten totally. All the time. This is how, even contemplative students or very sincere sadhaks and brahmacharis suddenly become very wild and bad, and then you surprised, what has happened to him? Nothing. Nidraya. Nidra meaning non-apprehension. You have lost touch with the higher. Nidraya, one. Lokavartaya. Lokavarta. That in your state, such an injustice has happened. In my state, I must make it. Lokavarta, politics. The material happenings in the world outside. How your neighbor's daughter has been married, was supposed to marry so-and-so, but so-and-so has went and married the daughter of the other man. These are all happening in the way. Rascal. Then thereafter, no Paramatma, no Jivatma, only that you become involved in. Lokavartaya, Shabdaderabi, Shabda, etc. Shabda, the objects of ears. The form and color, the objects of the eyes. Smell and taste and touch, sense objects. All the sense objects are being represented by this word, Shabdadi. So the sound, name and form or form and color, smell, taste, touch. The 5 sense stimuli together constitute the entire world of objects by our fascination for that object. Swamiji, I was meditating regularly, and yesterday through my window I saw my neighbor's daughter. I didn't see her completely, but her hair, and she was doing that. Swamiji, now I can meditate only on hair. 3 days of it. I want to see her, but then it's not possible at all. So you permanently do tapas on that window for a darshan. Then suddenly you saw she coming to her window. Oh, one look at her. Meditation came back. Why? Squint eye, teeth out, eyes skinned. Suddenly you realize it's not worthwhile. The moment the Vishaya stopped, meditation, regular. 2-3 days, of course, I was disturbed. Why? Because of her. Then what happened? I saw her and realized, dropped it. You understand? Everywhere the same. And that object, I want that property, I want this car, I want to purchase, etc. Until at last you hear that, don't purchase that car. You don't know that it had a terrible accident and the machine is broken and it is I who riveted it for him. Huh? Never purchase it. Oh. Suddenly you have dropped your demand for that car and the other fellow was running after it. You go and encourage him, purchase it. Aapki ichha pura hone do. Why? So that let him suffer. It is always, so long as you think that that object can give me happiness, you run after it. The moment you realize that no, it is not happiness, but it is sorrow, is a misconception, it drops out. Thus, sense objects can disturb you. So, nidraya, by non-apprehension of reality, sometimes because of the surge of an emotion, or a thought, or an urge in you, you may forget the higher duality. Or lokavartaya, by involving yourself more and more in the worldly. And that every day it changes, and yet you get involved in it. Shabdaderavi, by the various sense objects and their enchantment. Vismriti, total forgetfulness of the higher reality. Kvajitna avasaram dattva kadachitapi. Kvajit means kadachit. Never. Don't say never. Never do that. Never. It is Indianized English. In English is only never do that. That's all. Very, very peaceful. Here, it is not like that here. It's never. Meaning, no exception at all. Kvajit. Kadachitapi. Never. Avasaram dattva. Don't give a chance for the mind to forget the higher reality. Due to your sleep, meaning non-apprehension, or due to the worldly troubles, or through Vishaya, the sense objects and their enchantment temporarily. Kvajit navasaram dattva, without giving no chance at any time for these. Chindaya atmanam atmani. Chindaya, constantly contemplate upon atmanam, the Brahman, the reality, atmani, in your mind. Remember him at all times. See that how Bhakti Marga and Vedanta is one and the same, in technique one and the same. Remember the Lord at all times, sing the kirtan continuously, never leave him and his feet, hold on to him. These are the language of the Bhakti. Here Vedanta says, continuously contemplate upon the nature of the Atman, the self, which is your true nature. And do it not by mouth. Looking at the time whether the bus has come or not. That won't do. In your Atmani, in your mind, maintain this thought continuously.
Mata pitror malodbhutam malamamsamayam vapuhu tyaktva chandalavaduram brahmi bhuya kriti bhava.
What are you identifying with? Oh, Swamiji, what are you talking? The body, the mind, the intellect, that is what I am identifying. Have you ever thought about it? What you so lovingly are embracing And when we say, give it up, you say, what? Such a precious thing. Have you ever thought of what is this bundle that you are holding? From where it was born? Born girl. From my mother's womb. Very good. Did mother get it from Australia? In the monsoon rain? No. That is that way. By my father. Got it. Good. So, father a bundle of filth. Mother another bundle of filth. And between this filth is born you. Even a non-vegetarian will not eat a worm. Fried worm. They will ask you, from where did you collect this worm? From the corporation sewerage. But it is a vitamin D and E is there. Roasted, eat. And your body, which you are polished, oily, powder. What is this? Born out of filth. But I am born out of it, so what? After all, mango fruit, born out of what? Out of clay. But when it is in a mango, it is different. Similarly, even though I am born out of the filth of the father and mother, Mata Pitror Malor Bhutam. Their mother, from that is born you. And that is how the first chapter of your autobiography. My birth. You don't say that I have come from the filth, but the rest also you only say, so and so is my father, so and so is the mother, and so is the family, and then the family, on such and such a day, in the early morning, 12 o'clock, 10 o'clock, I was born. First sentence. Isn't it? Many things you have not said. From that filth, I came up, isn't it? All right, having come up, just as from the filth the tree takes his food from the clay or mud, and from there mango came. As mango, of course, it is eatable. You are right. In the case of mango, but in case of you, born out of filth, mala, mamsa, mayam, vapuhu. This vapu's body is full of flesh, fat, blood, bones. Each one abominable. I don't want to see it. All right. The body is made up of dirty things. Probably contents is Gangajal. No. Honey. No. Milk. Malapurna. 2.5 buckets of sheer filth. And that filth, mind you, is the strength in you. May you get dysentery. What happened? Last night, 7 times. 5 times. You can't even walk to the bathroom. Why? Strength gone. Why? Out of that 1.5 buckets, half a bucket gone. That is all. One whole bucket is with you. That is it. This is your content. Abominable, filthy, unholy, insanitary bundle. This vapuhu, this body, Tektva, please give it up. You stink because you are holding on to your body. That is not the body. Throw it away. Tektva, Chandalavad, like a outcast. Throw them away, far away. A dead rat, how much you may love animals. A rat. And this rat I was feeding him all the time, died. Now what do I do? Keep it. Dog. 8 years it was with me. I love the dog. The dog used to kiss me and I used to kiss him back. I never allowed him to walk, always on my lap. If it is not my lap, in my bed. Even in the night, I and the dog are one, identified totally. The dog died. No doubt, I am very miserable. And therefore, I say, let the dog remain here. I won't give up. Hi. Chandalavat dur. Far, far away from you. Duram. Brahmi bhuya kriti bhava. Thus, reject your body and your body identification. You are not the body. And if once that body idea is gone, what remains is Brahmi Bhuta. You instantly becomes the Atman, the self, and realize that the self in me is the self everywhere, the Brahman. Thus identified with that higher state, Kriti Bhava. May you become fulfilled. No more any desire, no more any passions or agitations of the mind. Infinite bliss, infinite peace, infinite joy. Come to experience it. Khadakasha.
घटाकाशं महाकाशे इवात्मानं परात्मनि विलाप्याखण्डभावेन तूष्णीं भव सदा मुने.
Hey Mune, Manana Shilavan, one who is capable of not only study, but do enough manana upon it, one who has thought over it and accepted the idea. Hey Mune, Ghadakasham Mahakashe, it's only Mahakasha, Mahakashe. Ghadakasha, the pot space. In Mahakashe, in the outer atmospheric space. Space is apparently conditioned by the container. Thus there is a box in the hall, in the box is a pot, in the pot is a bottle. In the bottle there is bottle space, space conditioned by the bottle. Break the bottle, bottle is broken, but the bottle space has become one with the pot space in which the bottle was. Break the bottle and break the pot, the pot space becomes one with the box space. Break the box. The box space merges with the hall space. Not this hall, some other hall. Pull the four walls of the hall. The hall space has become one with the universal space in which the sun and the moon and the stars are moving. Space is one. Because of the conditionings, we call it as bottle space, pot space, box space, room space. But all of them are nothing but the supreme space. The Atman, the self which is all pervading, when it is functioning through this bottle, BMI PFTOET bottle, it becomes bottle space. Break the bottle! Remove your identification with the BMI. You come to realize no more bottle space, box space, or room space, but the one without a second, the infinite space in the universe, in which universes are playing about, existing and playing about. Thus, Ghadakasham Mahakashe, the Ghada, when it is broken, it becomes merged instantaneously. A little hammering is not necessary. Take the Ghadakasha to be merged with the earth. No. Break the pot. The pot space has become one with the outer space. Mahakashe. Eva Atmanam Paratmani. Thus, the Atman, the self, the spark of consciousness in you, merged with the infinite consciousness. At this moment it is limited only because of your idea that the body, mind, intellect is limiting it. When you detach yourself from it, you realize that the Atman, the self in me, is the one self everywhere present. Vilapya akhanda bhaven, thus come to experience that state. The limited ego and its viewpoint, or the consciousness of things, end. And come to experience the akhanda, unbroken, all-pervading, pure consciousness only. And thereafter, tushni bhava sadamune, O Manna Shilavan, you come to be tushni bhava. Tushni bhava, early morning, after getting up from the bed, people wake you up, then the family push you out. You sit down on the bed and sleep, then they push you out. Then you go to the wash basin, and there they give you the brush, and after putting the brush in the mouth, you just turn it. Kya kar rahe ho? Again. Why? Though physically moving, your mind and intellect is still drowned in sleep. That condition is called as tushni bhava. There are some other delegates here also. What? Mind and intellect as the body moves about. How does the body move about? Prarabdhavasha. He is not responsible. Old vasana, Bhagavan ki kripa se chalta. You understand? Now, this bhav is called a tushni bhav. It happens when there is a great incursion of an emotion, extreme anger, extreme sorrow, extreme tragedy. You become like that. The mind and intellect cannot function anymore under the weight of that emotion. This stunning state where the mind and intellect is not functioning is called tushni bhava. After having realized this truth, go about in the world, tushni bhava. Your mind and intellect is transcended, is no more functioning as it used to function before, under the aegis of your ego, prompted by endless desires. It's no more. It is shant and peaceful and move about in the world in the tushni bhava.